Question 9, part C, asked to write down the range of our function here, which is this quadratic black line of the graph. And in green, I've just written some key concepts to understand for both domain and range, which kind of runs hand in hand. This one, we're asked for the range, but often you're asked for the domain or range or both. So just to recap, domain is all x values for which the function exists, and range is all y values for which the function exists. Now, this is an important word here, exists. Let's have a look at our quadratic. It goes up, so it's going up, it's going up. These are all the y values, so the function is existing. At this point here, let's say, the function exists at this equivalent y point. It keeps going up. At this point here, the function exists at this equivalent y point. However, at point B is a turning point. It then goes back down. So at this point here, it does exist at 16. This is the y coordinate of point B. However, what if we looked at 17 on the y-axis? Does the function exist there? Is there any function value at 17? Well, no, because at 16 it turned around and started heading south again. So the function doesn't exist at just higher than 16. What about down on the negative side? This quadratic, if we had a big enough screen and big enough xy axis, it would continue going south forever, basically. All the way to infinity, but it doesn't quite get to infinity because infinity is a bit arbitrary. It never actually gets to that point. It just keeps going negative and negative. So for all the y values which the range exists is between negative infinity and 16. So we always write our domain range in this form: the minimum, comma, the maximum. So the minimum value is negative infinity. The maximum value for our range is 16. And then we need to choose what bracket types we use. Square brackets is including that number. So in this case here, the range does include 16, so I'm going to write it as a squared. However, for the minimum side, usually when we put infinities, it never actually includes, it never actually gets to infinity, but it gets really close. So in that case there we have a round bracket, which basically means, this is a bit layman's terms, but it means close but doesn't include that. So this is our range here for the function. Rounded brackets, negative infinity, comma, 16, and then a square bracket.